I've always loved myth and legend, and from a young age was captivated by the Anglo-Saxon tale of Beowulf. Beowulf is a mighty warrior who vanquishes various monsters. One of these monsters is a horrific ogre known as Grendel. I decided to study him for my A-level art, creating many different artworks of the monster.
Jasper started his A-level, lot of potential. We always knew that he could draw, but he became fixated on this Grendel character, and basically it was awful. It was going nowhere. He was drawing from his imagination. There was no energy. They were just sort of doodles and scribbles, almost like it was just sort of subconscious sketching. To the point that I would have said that sort of by the end of year 12, I thought he was going to fail. I couldn't see anything coming out of this project.
Things had got so bad, the only way I could save my A-level was to go out and find Grendel himself.
But then it changed in this pursuit of the character through a documentary. Now, well, in theory, it's a great idea, but let's face it, it's a bit like the Roswell video, isn't it? It's one of those sort of, is it a figment of their imagination?
To prove I wasn't losing my marbles, I went to visit the village hermit. So, have you seen Grendel? How big was he?
About 15 foot and 825 kilograms.
Where was he? Although vague on facts, I was inspired by the hermit's tale. Luckily, to help my quest for Grendel, it started to snow. I found intriguing footprints. To illustrate scale, I brought my trusty cheese grater. I followed these tracks through wind and snow, across leagues of undiscovered marshland, far beyond any human had gone before. After the snow had cleared, I began to find unusual carcasses, such as this duck's foot, and the remains of a clearly very confused gannet that had somehow made its way to rural England. Cow skulls were found, quite possibly runaways from the local dairy. This trail of bones had led me here, and I was at what I thought was Grendel's lair. I'm at what I think is Grendel's lair. A trail of bones and footprints have led me here. It's obviously immensely dangerous, so I can't get that close, but hopefully we can get a little closer. One can only hope that he's hibernating in these wintry times, but it's also clearly... I was out of my depth. I needed professional help. I met up with two members of the Crypto-zoological Society, or short in stature, they were bursting with enthusiasm.
Shall we go? Yeah.
Together we gathered a large variety of equipment, from nets to live bait. Having arrived at Grendel's lair, the scientists assembled their instruments.
Nah.
While somewhat confused, I accepted my naivety in the presence of two clear professionals. Grendel, a famed hater of merriment, soon emerged.
Cat box.
It appeared that over the centuries, Grendel had shrunken to survive from predators.
He is a tad smaller than I expected. My original hypothesis put him around 8 foot, to a tad smaller, 8 inches, but nonetheless, still incredible. And this is the first proper scientific discovery and documentation since the time of Beowulf, which really...
Obviously, Grendel was still traumatized by Beowulf.
Beowulf.
Although drawing Grendel was my original aim, I realised I had a far greater purpose. Obviously sad, maybe Grendel needed help becoming civilised. I gave him healthy food, wholemeal bread. How to drink English tea. My plan to integrate Grendel into society wasn't going well until I had a breakthrough. Grendel was clearly fully domesticated, and it was time for him to be set free. Grendel, I feel like you've had so much progress. I feel like you're going to live a life free of violence and bloodshed. And I offer you a place at our home. Grendel!
Grendel!
Grendel! Grendel! I never saw Grendel again. The loss of a dedicated scientist seems a heavy price to pay for an increased A-level grade. But like life, art is tough.